Good morning. Time for another Take Time Tuesday. We start by breathing, so breathe in, breathe out. So it's June, and I will say happy Pride, y'all. But it does lead me into my context for the video today. As I have mentioned before, I consider my office a safe space. On my desk, I've got the inclusion flag and the American flag sitting in the corner, not bothering anybody, so that there is a visual representation for the people who are looking for it. Yesterday, I had a customer come in, they needed some stuff done, and he noticed the flag, and he said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's the inclusion flag." And I kept working on what I was working on. And of course, that gave him leave to give me his unasked for opinion, which was, well, you people need a month to shove it in our faces and you don't represent the military ever. At which point I stopped what I was doing and I looked at him and said, for the record, my doctoral work had to do with service veterans. Military Appreciation Month is May. Military Veterans Appreciation Month is in November. And there's a couple holidays throughout the entire year. So you're either talking to be performative or out of a place of ignorance. And this is a safe space that I will not truck any of that with. If you have banking issues with me, let's go ahead and talk about them now. Otherwise, your opinion was unasked for. I got the reaction that, of course, I thought I would get, where he stormed out. And I know well enough that because he's friends with one of my directors, he will go running to them and say that I was mean to him. And the consequences will be what they are. It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. But it is why we need to stand up and hold our ground firm and support people for who they are. We have entered into an era of society where everybody's opinions matter more than everyone else's, and that's not how that works. Your opinion matters as much as mine, as much as theirs, whatever. But when it comes to somebody's work environment or somebody's social environment, you don't get to have an opinion if you're not part of that. That's how that works. Respect the people around you. Respect that there are diversities of opinions around you, and you, because we do still technically live in a country based off of individual freedoms, do not get to impose yours upon mine. If you want that, go live in Iran. End of discussion. I want people to think about this today, especially during the month of June, as we have seen an increase in anti-gay rhetoric, anti-minority rhetoric that has become so damaging to people that people cannot live their lives just by existing anymore. They have to continually justify not being dead in 2026. And if you're at the point where you agree with people like that, that there are certain demographics that need to be put down or removed, you may want to stop and reconsider how that works, because I guarantee you, somewhere back in your lineage, you were also oppressed. Whether it be genuine oppression due to slavery, or your land was taken, or something of that nature, or you were religious exclusion at some point and were excluded because of that. As stupid as it sounds, that happened the majority of the last 2,000 years within Christendom. They couldn't get their own stuff correct. Stop, think before you open your mouth. Y'all have a good day.